Yes, ma'am.
All right, I figured.
So this is officially the first time I have ever appeared live in drag.
All right, look at you.
Thank you for
I love it.
providing space for an accepting environment.
We accept you, we do, and that beard is pretty amazing, I have to say.
Ma'am.
It looks like Duck Dynasty.
It is kind of like Duck Dynasty.
I am an Alaska man. What can I
Oh
say?
my gosh.
Very convincing.
Well, thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I guess I should put my pronouns in.
Yeah, that's a good point. Everybody, please put your pronouns by your name.
Well, like I said, I'm very grateful for this group because this is the first time that I have appeared in drag on live cam, and it means so much to me to be able to do that. And I am here, I think, as living proof that gender is a construct, and I'm grateful for that fact.
Cool. Thank you. And I see that you have your pronouns listed as him, her, they. Do you have a preference, or just any of those are fine?
Anything is fine. It's all good, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Best right now, and we have an hour left, so I think we can do it. Next, I have Alaska Man. Oh, there you are.
Well, good evening, ladies. I hope you do not mind my man voice, but I feel like I cannot speak in my normal woman voice when I'm in drag.
As long as the stories you're telling are genuine, I don't care what voice you speak in. But if you just would refrain from things like ladies, because, some of us identify differently. So just, try not to use terms like that. Thank you.
I will try. It is a part of my persona to refer to those who appear feminine in that way, but I will try to adjust.
Okay.
And what I would like to know is how many people have read Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert.
I see a couple hands.
Right? And in the very beginning of this book, if you recall, it says, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. And when I read those words and I read that book, it really resonated with me because I believe that the truth will set you free. Now, you might be wondering what goes into the making of a drag king. I don't know how many of you know a drag king personally. You do now. So, I will tell you a little bit about my journey, my issue. I believe that I can pinpoint everything. Being about 5 or 6 years old, I do believe I was in kindergarten when I told my mother that I wanted to be a nun. Now, we were not Catholic, and I got that idea from watching a soap opera with her, and there was a nun in it, and this nun had the excruciating challenge and decision to make between staying a nun or marrying a man. I don't recall what she chose. I think she went with the man, but I told my mother I want to be a nun. And that's what I would do. And she did not like that. And she reacted very badly. So I think that's maybe where it all started. But it didn't end there. No. So I would say I probably would have been more of a tomboy had I been allowed. One time I tried to buy a pair of pinstripe pants. It was the 80s. And they were in the store. And I had no money. Because I was about 13. And my daddy would not buy me those pinstripe pants because he said it made me look like a man.
Mm-hmm.
It's these little things, you know? Like, what is the big deal? It's some pinstripe pants. Guess what? I got a pair now.
Good.
Sometimes I wear them. So, where have I been? What have I been doing? I have primarily spent my life looking like a female. And for those of you who were here last week, you might have recalled under the name Chris. No cam on. No cam on. It's my third meeting. Last 2 times, no cam. You got cam tonight. Came out on drag here because I told you last week I'm a drag king. And you know what? I just wanted to prove it. And most of the time, I'm a funny drag king. I know it's the holidays or what, but it seems like, I know. I just want everybody to have a really good Thanksgiving this year and truly be grateful for everything they have because, you know what, I sure am. And I think one of the things I'm most grateful for is just being able to figure it all out. I think I figured it out. And I do not want to be off-putting to anyone in any form. However, I have noticed, again, from an early age, that the way one gender is treated is often different from the way the other gender is. Whereas, I just think it's all good, you know? And I have tried to treat others that way. I am a psychiatric nurse, and I have helped many, many people on their journey, whatever that might be for them, including quite a few people making a transition. However, when I have come out with my own stuff, do you think that I have found the support that I have given to others? Often not, sad to say. Even in the community. I'm not quite sure why that is. I don't know if it's like going the other way, like woman to man is a little less common. And maybe it's a little bit off-putting to people. I don't know. But I do think that when I have gone out in public in drag, which I have done quite a bit more of in the last year, I'm very proud of myself, that people do respond to me very differently depending on what I look like. So I'm curious what this group thinks about things like that, about, you know, like appearance, like, you know, clothes make the man. You know, like this ain't my only look, I'm an Alaska man, yeah. Most of the time wearing the plaid, I got me the suspenders. Most of the time I got me the biggest wrench in the room. Mechanic. In addition to my other talents. But here's the thing. I was actually raised in a very hyper-feminized environment. And I was told that the only thing a woman was good for was basically marriage, children, child rearing. Like, no career, nothing. Just look good for your man. I was human trafficked. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. And I was around a very what I would consider to be now. Now, I love everybody, don't get me wrong, and I have forgiven, but kind of a low class of people. And during that time, I became very similar to those that I was around, as is often the case. So, I want you to know that this is a redemption story. I want y'all to know that I quit my drinking, I quit my drugging, I quit smoking. I stopped overeating, and you know what else? I was a porn addict. And you know what? The reason I was a porn addict is because I was a porn star. Now, the thing about that is, many people have these lifestyles, just don't talk about it. So, I guess I just want you all to know that I've had a spiritual awakening. I don't want to use any terms of my attorney, buddy, so I'll just leave it at that. But you know, there really is nothing but love in the universe. There is no gender in the spirit realm, and I'm here to tell you, at the highest level, I really believe that we are spirit in a body. And whatever that body looks like, that's what it looks like. It's going to look different at every age. And it's going to look different depending what clothes you put on, how you wear your hair, how you act, how you talk. All of those things are just your personality. And a big part of that is usually your gender, and that is a construct. And you know what? You can change that. You can change your look, you can change your gender, and you can change your personality anytime you want to. And you know what? I have been saved in Christ Jesus. And I'm just so grateful, because without that, I would probably be doing a lot of those things that I was doing before, and would have no way out. Things got really bleak for me. And of course, when you leave these organizations after you have been a porn star, imagine what kind of a life that's like, if you can. Let me tell you, it's not easy to leave that. It's one thing to have the willpower to give up all the substance and stuff, but you know what? If you do a behavior and you pick up the wrong type of a fan, think about it. So, I believe that me expressing as a man, it is a very rich and rewarding experience on many levels, because in our society, I think that we do treat people very differently, and I wish that were not the case. I wish we could all be gender blind, age blind, racially blind, and just see each other as the sweet spirits that we are, because you know what? It don't matter. And the truth of all it is, nothing has changed since I was 6 years old. And it's not so much that I want to be a nun. I got one of those Halloween costumes too. I can dress up like a nun right now. I could go join that church and be a nun, but that's not what that was about. It was about, I just want my autonomy. I just want to be independent. That's all. What's wrong with that? I don't know. I don't know why it would be such a issue. You know, there was one other time, just one more little story. Also very pivotal, probably about 1983, the movie Yentl had just come out with Barbara Streisand in it. Good movie. I recommend it. It is a musical, and that's why me and my family went. I think my folks were expecting something a little different, and when they got to the theater, the music was nice, but they were not expecting a musical with Barbara Streisand in drag, which is what that movie was about. And, you know, the ride home that night from the theater, we had to drive like about 30 minutes just to get to the next town where they had the movie. I remember the ride back home was quite a bit different than the ride there, because my father was very angry. Very, very angry that he had seen a movie with Barbara Streisand dressed like a man. Why was she dressed like a man? Because she couldn't get an education unless she did, and that's what she wanted. To me, it was a beautiful love story. I nearly cried at those love scenes. You know? So, I think that's when I became aware at the age of 13 that the way that I was viewing the world, the way that I saw things, is quite a bit different than some folks.
Thank you. I'm just gonna wrap it up a little because I was gonna allot like 20 minutes to each person. We have just a couple minutes left.
I understand. I'm finished. I thank you because I am.